Sometimes the threat of creeping globalization sneaks up on us when we're not looking. But lately, the threat of a complete takeover of the entire healthcare system of the world is staring us right in the face in a gigantic power grab by the World Health Organization. The problem is nobody's paying attention, and only gradually is opposition materializing as people realize what the countries of the world are signing away. Today's video is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group, and it's very important. The money supply is shrinking year by year for the first time in 90 years. For the last year or two, there have been discussions underway among the 186 members of the World Health Organization, basically the entire United Nations. And the WHO wants to take over all power in the world when a pandemic hits. They want the ability to declare when there's a pandemic, to anticipate a pandemic, to require lockdowns, immunizations, vaccinations, require certain therapies and ban other treatments. They want a total control of the world, a medical dictatorship in the event of a pandemic. And they want to be the entity that decides whether or not there is in fact a pandemic. There's some speculation that they could do something like declare climate change a pandemic and run the universe. The countries of the world have very tamely gone along with this, particularly Biden, and look like they're going to sign a treaty next month setting up these principles. And once it's achieved, or once it happens, the WHO will decide who locks what down, whether schools are open, whether businesses are open, whether kids have to have the vaccination, whether the priority in treating people of different ages. They even will be able to tell doctors what to treat, how to treat the pandemic and how not to. And if anyone runs afoul of their diktat or dares to prescribe a treatment like ivermectin or something that they don't approve of, they can actually ban the speech and the information putting out about that alternate therapy, just like the social media tried to do during the pandemic. They basically suspend free speech and free press in the interest of suppressing and setting up their view as to how the pandemic should be treated. This is not some nightmare scenario. This is a treaty that has gone through all kinds of discussion, recently been revised to make it, quote, voluntary, but that isn't going to last very long, and is on the verge of taking effect. And to make matters worse, it does not require Senate ratification. A Republican motion to require Senate ratification was voted down on party lines in the Democratic-controlled Senate. So this will take effect without us having any voice over it or any choice. The McLaughlin group has done a poll that shows that people deeply oppose these changes if they only knew about them. But so far, only two countries, Great Britain, to its credit, the UK, and the tiny country of Slovenia in Europe, have announced that they're not signing the treaty. The UK, in addition to all the things we've just talked about, points out that under the treaty, all countries are obliged to give 20% of their resources in fighting the pandemic to the WHO to be distributed to third world countries. This not only includes money, it includes samples of tissue, research documents, the findings of investigations, various therapies, and would essentially make the WHO the global provider of anti-pandemic vaccinations and medicines. This is an unbelievable power grab, the kind that we only fantasize about, and yet we have to take action now to stop it. Today's video is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group, and it's very important. The money supply is shrinking year by year for the first time in 90 years. Money supply economists define as M1 plus M2, and together they include all money in the country, cash, coins, money market, savings accounts, checking accounts, everything put together. And this is the first decline in M2 money supply since the Great Depression. And every single decline in the past has been accompanied by a depression and double-digit unemployment. The data doesn't lie, and history of this sort has never been wrong. So call the Patriot Gold Group and get your money into something where it'll be safe. Thanks for watching. The Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos. The IRA minimums are $25,000 and $100,000 for the no fee for life IRA. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask for the no fee for life IRA.